Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for October 27th, 2016 for your Thursday. We're going to have an area low pressure moving in from the west, and it's going to start off a little icy in the far northeastern portions of our coverage area right in here, and that will allow for some freezing rain for some, also some snowflakes and sleet mixing in at times just in these areas that I'm circling. I think anywhere outside of there, you really don't have a shot. And a lot of that reason is with this low pressure being in this position, you have warm air advection coming in from the southwest. So all these colder temperatures that are at the surface is kind of like a cold air damming situation with high pressure that's off the map up to the north here, kind of providing the cold air initially, but that's going to erode as this as synoptics takes over and the warm air starts to advect from the southwest. So I do expect very early on, and this is probably like before 9 o'clock in most of these areas, that you could have some freezing rain and some just light freezing rain and sleet, maybe a little bit of some snowflakes left over. But by the very next frame here we go to in the morning, we can see that everywhere has changed to rain at this point. And so we do expect that to continue as that warm air advects. That we're going to have the freezing rain in the mid-levels, warming in the mid-levels is going to allow for that freezing rain and sleet to take place, and that will turn to all rain as warm air continues to advect at all levels, including the surface. Let's go a little bit closer here just to show you what we're looking at. Here's where we feel it's going to be at its worst, and that's going to be very early in the morning. And you can see some areas across Luzerne, Lackawanna, Wayne, Pike, Carbon, and Monroe at this point here on this map, and also Susquehanna up here. Still showing some spotty freezing rain and some sleet, and also some snow further north across the northern portions of Susquehanna, Wayne County. So I don't expect this to be a big deal. And in New Jersey here, I think you'll just have some mixing going on here in Sussex County. Probably not too much the way the accumulations here, but any elevation areas could certainly get up to, according to an inch of ice and snow mix before this goes over to a complete rain. That's in the next frame here. You can see that happening by later in the morning at the latest. Okay, so let's go a little bit further from this. We're going to have rain moving across our coverage area and starting to end during the evening from west to east. And during the course of the evening, I think your highest concentration of rainfall that'll be over a half inch will be right here where I'm circling. Okay, so this area right here is the areas that we're expecting to have a half inch or more. Further south, there's going to be a little less spotty, probably a couple tenths of an inch of rain down further south. That's anywhere from Harrisburg over to Philadelphia. And I think you have to go anywhere from State College, on a line from State College to Allentown and all the way over into maybe Freehold, New Jersey, somewhere in that area, and points north. If you do that line right there, that's where you're going to get your half inch or greater. Further south, you're under a half inch for rain totals today. And of course, some of that's going to start as frozen up in northeast PA until that changes over. And then we get into the overnight hours. We're going to have decreasing clouds. The high pressure is going to move in. So Friday is looking like it's going to be a mostly sunny day because the high pressure is going to be in control. But you're going to have a kind of a tight gradient here, so we're going to have the winds kicking back up here, an increase in those winds. Not quite as windy as it was when we had that last system come through, and we just had a really windy weekend. Not talking about that, but we are going to have some breezy conditions, generally 12 to 18 miles per hour, higher gust up to about 30. That can be expected during the day here on Friday. And then I think the winds will begin to die down after that. Once we get into Saturday here, I think a system is going to be is staying to our north. So I think Saturday is going to be a pretty good day. The GFS model is starting to suggest that they're going to have a few showers starting to move down south here. The cold fronts in association with it is up here. Starting to show this nonsense down here across Pennsylvania. I think you can just ignore this. This is probably not correct. Any of the precipitation should be up in this area. So Saturday should be a dry day across our coverage area. Once we get into Sunday, clouds are going to increase. Whatever mixed sun and clouds you have in the morning will increase increase during the day. The clouds will, that is. And then you'll have a chance of showers moving in. Probably around late morning or noon further north, but then you get into it'll wait till the afternoon further south and east as this wave of low pressure moves through. Just some light amounts of rain here. This is an all rain event, no chance for frozen out of this one. And then that clears out Sunday evening and then heads offshore, and then we're back to a mostly sunny Monday. And partly cloudy Tuesday and Wednesday. It looks like it should be rain dry as we get to the middle of the week. We are going to be warming up once we get to about Tuesday of next week. We're now the temperatures going back up We're going to be up and down the next couple of days. We'll be down a little bit Thursday and Friday, then it's going to increase over the weekend as temperatures will anyway. Go back down again Monday, and then back up, starting to climb back up again on Tuesday. It's kind of an up and down pattern we're in right now before we get into a more permanent change, and that's not going to be for a while, probably till after the 10th of November when we start getting more consistently cold. But until then, we're going to have some ups and downs in temperatures to deal with in the interim. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for October 27th, 2016. Have a great Thursday.